Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Faustine and this is Faustine's Fragments, and in today's video I would like to deep dive into my planner thoughts. Because it's hobonichi season, it's planner season in general. I'll be mostly talking about the hobonichi lineup for 2026, but about just my planner lineup, how it might look like in a few months, and like for next year. I want to, talk about the pressure of already knowing what notebook, what planner I might use. I want to talk about some of the planners or journals that have worked for me, have not worked for me, what I think, what I'm considering for next year, just in general. So if you'd be interested in listening to me yap about all of those things, grab yourself something to drink or to eat. For me, it's currently the middle of the night, so I'm not I don't have anything with me, but if you'd be into a little planet chat session, then let's get into it. I have opened this spread for you. It has nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about. It's just I want you to have something to look at while I'm talking. But yeah, in general, I wanted to talk about the hobonichi lineup for 2026 because if you're like me, a hobonichi enthusiast, you've been following the reveal every day for the month of August, and you might as well feel like you might feel the same as me, which is that this planner season, because I'm mostly focusing on hobonichi, but I know a lot of other brands are revealing their lineup for next year. This planner season can get very exciting and can be very, very inspiring because everybody is talking about their own lineup, how they think they're gonna use it, how they know they're gonna use it, which is completely crazy to me. But at the same time, it is also very, very pressuring. I do feel that pressure when I watch videos. I do still watch them because I want to get inspired. This is really like a very big problem for me, is that I still really enjoy watching people talk about what they like in the hobonichi lineup and think about what might work for them. But at the same time, it makes me think, oh, so I also should know exactly what will be, what my hobonichi, or just in general, even bigger than that, what my whole lineup will be like next year, which is completely out of the question for me. I really admire people who, on the 1st of September will buy their planners and will stick to the plan they had in August on the 1st of January. Or that's not very, that's important, but also until, I don't know, a few months in, or a few, even maybe perhaps even until December 31st. I'm not like that. I realized, if you look through my pages, they're like, maybe, yeah. Here is one thought about my planners. When did I do that? I think here, coming back. Yeah, here is another one. And I'm not showing you all of them. It's just, I feel like, and I like having them here in my hobonichi Han, my daily main journal. Because I kind of realized, flipping through the pages a few days ago, that I do change my mind pretty frequently. That was bad. Very frequent. Yes, I do change my mind a lot, almost every 2 weeks perhaps, and I don't know, I do not want to put pressure on myself to know exactly what I will be using in a few months. If that's what you're doing, perfect. Keep doing you. It's just I do not want to put that pressure on myself because I know it's bad for me. If that's good for you, I have nothing to say. I'm very admiring. I admire you very much. So I'm not watching the reveal of, the everyday reveal of the lineup to know, to be sure of what I'm gonna order on the 1st of September. That's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna be part of those people who will order on the first day or even in the first weeks. Not that I do not want to. Technically, I would like to receive my order as soon as I can, but just I do not want to buy something and, you know, regret it later. So that's just my way of functioning. And I know also, it might be bad, but I know that if I wait for something for a longer time, I'll be even like happier or more excited to use it. So yeah, I know, for example, for like the end of August until it's only enough in a few days, but even for September, maybe even October, if I do not order anything like online, I will be super super happy when I do. When like and if I do it now, it might feel like just too I don't know. It might just be FOMO, you know. It might just be because I'm scared that one of the planners that I saw, like one of the covers, might be sold out. I don't know. This is not something I want. So I went into the lineup reveal just wanting to know what could inspire me, what I could use, not what I'm gonna use for next year. And I was mostly excited for like the reveal of the Han covers because you might not know it, but I am a big Han lover. I discovered the hobonichi world through first weeks, and then through a Han. I bought it in 2023 for 2024. And this really was perfect for me because I really tried to use every single page a different way. Sometimes they're completely blank, as you can see. But it was a mix of, memory keeping, of sometimes even language learning. There was some, again, blank pages. Some collages as well. Like, just a lot of different things that I did. And I really, had decided to get into this, I chose this hobonichi planner specifically because it was an A5 and because it had weekly and daily pages. I do not use the monthly, I must say. Now I know, like I finally have chosen the way I actually like using the monthly, which is for memory keeping with pictures. But I did not need the monthly then. I did use the weekly to write some like this. Sorry. Yeah. This is exactly how I'm using currently. I'm currently using my Jibun Techo, but I was using the weeks for the weekly layouts. I mean, for planning, and then the daily pages for, like, for example, this is Korean. This is a ramble. There are so many things that I did in this, and it made me it helped me create a daily habit, like for writing, and I think that was the most important thing for me. And there was absolutely no doubt that I would get a hobonichi Han for 2025. So I did, especially because I fell in love with this cover. Like, it is definitely not the same type of cover. This one is really shiny and plastic, like when the other one is fabric. It's the bow and tie one. And yeah, I knew for 2025 I would get a hobonichi Han, so I did, and I like it so much. I do not use the weeks because most of them are completely blank because the way I was using them last year I put into my Jibun Techo because I did not want to bring I really do not want to have my planning and my journaling mixed up. That's just my own preference, but I learned that throughout time, and I think this is one of the lessons I've learned. But the daily pages I use like very, very well, like especially since June, where I had like really the objective, like the goal to write every day. I haven't missed a single day except for this when I was hiking and I didn't bring my planner with me. Since then, there's not a single page that's missing, which is absolutely crazy. So that need to like have a daily page to remind me to write every day is not there anymore. I just like having like the structure of a page per day because it makes me want to write, or just put some ephemera, some I don't know, I don't have many stickers. I was gonna say stickers, but that's not true. Just whatever I can find. This is like a packaging. I love this planner so much. This is really my main journal, and this is a very, very deep relationship I'm having with this. So that's why I had no doubt I was going to order a Han for 2026. I am talking in the past tense because sadly there's in the general, like in the lineup for the Hobonichi Han covers, I don't like any of them. I think it's also the problem. Like, I like some of them, but I had my hopes so high because for my last two Hans, I literally fell in love with the covers as soon as I saw them. So I would say naively thought that this would be the same for any new Han, that there would always be a cover that, would jump to my eyes, like, and be like, yeah, you have to get me. This did not happen for this year's, like next year's lineup, which is pretty sad because I really like, because this planner is Hiroko Kubota's artwork illustration, that I love. Like, I love her illustration so much, and I know there is another one for next year, but I'm not a huge fan of this. I mean, I love how it looks. I just think it does not represent me enough, because I'm not that huge of a musician, and I'm not into piano, or I think it's a violin on. I don't remember very well, but the cover looks great. It's just not for me. So, the fact that I did not like the cover made me spiral because I was like, if I don't like the cover, will I get a Han? And I think that was the biggest question I asked myself, which is pretty crazy because, again, I had absolutely no doubt before the full lineup reveal that I would get a Han. And now everything's been shattered. And I don't think I'll get a Han for next year. Because I kind of realized that, like, one of the lessons I've learned is that the cover is super, super important for me. This might sound very, very superficial, but I do need a cover that makes me want to open the notebook. I know I have become like that. I have not always been like that because before Hobonichi, actually, like before 2023, I did have a journal, a daily diary kind of journal. Maybe not daily, but yeah, weekly. Dear Diary kind of journal, and it was like the cover was blank, like just one color. Maybe I put a sticker on it, maybe very, very simple. But now that I've discovered the world of Hobonichi and their covers, and I want a cover that represents me, and I want a cover that will stay with me for the whole year. Because you might ask me, and you might just tell me, okay, but then if you don't like the covers for the Han, then get a cousin, and either put stickers on it or buy a cover. Those are very pretty. I would say really seriously cover on cover, not the cover, not the clear cover that you put on the cover. I said cover too many times, but you do know what I mean when I said that. And the thing is, I do not like how the cousin looks like. I do have one, and I love it very, very much. But for me, like, putting stickers on the cover is not enough. And for the covers, like beautiful covers, like the different illustrations, I am not ready to put that much money in it. This is just a personal choice. I do definitely understand that some people like them and buy them. It's just not for me. So yeah, that made me think about, okay, what do I prefer most between like the cover or the inside, like the layout of the Han, like the weekly, like the monthlies, the weeklies, like the daily pages, what is it that I like the most about this? Is it the paper? Is it like the structure? Is it the cover again? I don't know. I didn't know, and I asked myself this. And I asked myself this in another way. I just asked myself, if I bought, for example, the Hiroko Kubota's cover, which I think is still beautiful, just not really me, will I really want to write in it? And the answer was no. And that was a huge change in my thought process, in my mentality. I think it's interesting. I do, again, need a cover that I like. And I'm ready now because I have built this daily habit of writing. I am ready of letting that daily page go, which is, again, pretty crazy to me. I've really come to this realization now, like only a few days ago. And really, yeah, only a few days ago after the lineup reveal. Because, for example, I am not using the weeklies at all. So getting a notebook without those weeklies, either hobonichi or another kind of, another brand, that would be even better because I would not waste those pages. Sometimes I do use them, sometimes I do. When did I do, and when did I do something? Yeah, I have to look for them to find like those. This is like tarot reading, but I'm not using them. So it's not like, it's really... It's definitely not a loss if I do not have them in the planner that I want. The thing that I do want, though, is something big enough so that I can put big ephemera in. And that's something I'm really like thinking about, because I'm thinking about alternatives, because I'm thinking about like staying in the Hobonichi brand, maybe. So, you know, the Han is out of the way, the cousin is out of the way. What else, right? I'm thinking of other brands. I'm thinking of Sterling Ink. I'm thinking of Stellogy. I'm thinking of staying A size or B6. I don't think I could go smaller than B6 for that kind of journaling and if memory keeping, just because yeah, I do like to glue big things in, or just to have a lot, like, you know, bigger things. I cannot show you the page I wanted to show you, but just I like to have ephemeras in it. So I would need a planner that's big enough, so either B6 or A5. So then I thought, okay, if I do not need either the monthlies or the weeklies, I only need the dailies, and I do not even need a daily page, like you know, a day per page, a page per day. I don't know how to say it. Both ways work, but what keeps me from like getting a just plain notebook, like just not like a planner, not a specific structured notebook or planner or journal, just a plain notebook. I was thinking about this because I already have this. This is the Shibata Keiko Cats Behind the Door. I don't know, it's not the title, but yeah. This is the A5, so that's literally the same size as my Han. A5 grid notebook, so this is just grid. And I've been using this as an overflow type of journal, but I know it's going to be too much for this. I'm thinking this could work because I still have like a lot of pages left in this, so either for until the end of 2025 or even maybe for the beginning of 2026. And also I'm thinking, I saw the lineup for those notebooks as well, and Hiroko Kubota has a design for those, and which is this. This is the same design as my first ever hobonichi, which is the hobonichi weeks that I got for 2024, and I love this cover so much. This is exactly the reason I fell in love with this cover, and just then the planner, and then hobonichi. And to be honest, I know I'm gonna buy a notebook, like the A5 or A6 notebook with this cover, because I love it so much. I feel like I need to buy it, and it's only like 14 euros. I think the big one is only 14 euros, and do not know in other currencies, but like that's nothing compared to a cousin or like compared to something else. So yeah, I am honestly thinking of buying this cover for this kind of notebook, because I could use this. I could completely... What I learned is that I could definitely take all of what I'm doing here and kind of dispatch it, spread it amongst all of the notebooks that I already have, or add a new one. But let's not talk about this first. I could do everything I'm doing here in this. And I would also get another satisfaction that I really like, is that I would be filling up the pages and then therefore the notebooks much more quicker, obviously, just quicker than I would in a yearly planner, which makes sense. I also love having, you know, that 1 year at a glance and 1 year in one book. It's just, I know it's not as important to me as something else might be. Sorry, I'm kind of trying to open a page. Yeah, let's come back to this one. I don't think it's as important to me to keep like everything in one book, because I have so many different planners and journals in general. So like 1 year will never be inside one notebook. So why not put a year, like the same year's journaling days and journaling writing in different notebooks like this? Why not? Seriously. And this would be great because it's A5, so I'm already used to this layout. Not the same, it's definitely not the same layout, but at least the same size. I know I can write on like as much as I want or put big ephemera in it. So I think I'm gonna, you know, switch to a grid plain notebook, which is absolutely amazing to me because I never thought I would. I've always had some kind of structure. I was either bullet journaling and then like I had some journaling spreads, but like that was mostly very structured. I just never had a daily layout until my 2024 hobonichi Han. But yeah, this is another thing I've learned about myself is that I'm evolving. I'm changing. My habits are changing. I've already created myself a daily habit for writing, so I do not need that structure anymore, which is pretty cool, I think. But then there's also the question of planner itch and planners I'd like to buy, even though I'm not even sure I will use them. Because I already have that. Because which, like, to my surprise, I fell in love with so many of the week's covers that I can't decide yet. I know I'm not going to decide anytime soon because, again, I'm not going to buy on the 1st of September or even like on the 10th of September, so I still have minimum a month to think about it. So, and there was also, yeah, I'll talk about that later, but like there's also the question of like everything being sold out or everything. I fell in love with so many of the covers. I'll put them on the screen right now. So I'm interested in every single one of the covers that you see here. I love them so much. I think they all have such a unique personality, and I think that's really interesting because I never thought that I'd be into a Yumi Kitagishi design. Definitely not, but hey, I think it's growing on me. Like seeing so many people on the internet have that was just like, hey, that looks beautiful. But yeah, because I know I will get a hobonichi weeks, like minimum one. I'm saying minimum one, just at least I know I'm gonna get a hobonichi weeks for my media journaling. I showed this my last two videos were about that. So yeah, check that out if you're interested in seeing how I use it and how it looks. But I know, like, I love this little planner so much. I think it's my favorite, aside from my main journal, because it's my life, my entire life, and is in my Han. But this little planner is my favorite right now. I have so much fun filling it in. Sorry, and yeah, I know I'm gonna get one. I also know, because I write so much in the back pages, that I'm gonna get, you know, those little, like, I think it's you can buy them in buy 3 in a pack of 3, those memo, I think they're called memo pads, notebooks that are for the hobonichi weeks. So I'll just get one in the back, either here or in the clear cover, because I do have one. So I know I'll get one for this, but then there are other hobonichi weeks that I've showed you I don't even know which cover I would use for the hobonichi, for my media journal. But I'm thinking of doing something new that I've never done, which is to use a hobonichi weeks as a memory keeper. Because I have used this as a language learning journal, and it's worked. Not every day, not every week is filled, but like, yeah. I've used it as a language learning notebook. I've tried to use it as a planner and it did not work. I've tried different things out and I love it as a media journal, but I'm thinking of using it as memory keeper because I'm thinking this could be, I just want to use one, so I'm inventing a like a purpose for it, but I think it's also okay to choose a notebook just because you think it's pretty. I mean, I did this for this one and it has become my favorite one. So that's the reason. I think I've started using it only in June. So before that, there are some of them, like some pages are, yeah, here that's the first page that I actually started using it as a media journal. So yeah, it's okay, I think, to buy one more planner that you know you're gonna use, just you don't know how you're gonna use it. This is what I had in mind. Like, this is definitely, like, the media journaling thing is not what I had in mind for this, but I knew I was gonna find a purpose for it because I like it so much. Like, the cover, like, this photography is everything to me. So I knew I was gonna use it. I think it's the same for one of the other hobonichi covers that I've showed you. I want to use it, so I will find a use for it and I will have fun with it. I know I want to have fun with my planners. I was gonna say again, I am having fun with my planners right now, but I know it's not going to be the case like forever, because I will not be able to buy a Han this year. Because in my hobonichi Han, I write my 3 wins of the day every day. There's something very, very yeah, it's really just a routine that I created for myself. I log for the previous day, so it's easier for me to remember everything. Or sometimes I do write something that happened during the day because I think I'm gonna forget it. But I'm thinking of perhaps using those this here for writing down those 3 wins of the day, and on the right page just having like ephemera, some stickers, maybe doodles, perhaps even a habit tracker, having this as a memory keeper, and like this would be my new main journal, not really journal, main notebook, main planner, main journal, even though it's not for long form journaling, because I would have my A5 notebook for that. And I think this would actually really work, because I could have this everywhere with me. I could jot down notes in the back pages for things I would like to remember, or maybe use it for, I don't know, so many purposes. Like I maybe would like to try writing poetry in this, like haikus and so on. I had said that for this one. I have not, but I've figured it out like throughout the year, like from June, so it's pretty late, but it's still June and I'm still using it. I will have, in total, I think I will have 7 months of like full of my media consumption. So yeah, this is where I stand concerning the hobonichi 2026 lineup. I think the first thing I want to say for like kind of summary is that it's okay to not know exactly what you're gonna use for 2026. It's also, yeah, it's okay to not lock yourself, like, because I feel like already figuring things out makes you, and buying something so early might make you feel guilty about the fact that you're not using them much later on. It's completely okay if it's not how it works for you, and if buying something on the 1st of September works perfectly and makes you excited and happy, and great. But I'm saying for those who are like me and who are not sure, or who like to take their time thinking about exactly what, maybe perhaps even until December, not knowing what they will like in like 2 weeks from then, it's okay. Take your time. Some things, yes, there will be, like, some things will be sold out, but then this is how I'm gonna think about the Hobonichi Weeks covers. It's just that there are so many that I like, that if I do not get maybe my first three preferred, like, most liked options, there's still the fourth one. Another thing that I learned throughout the year, and those just years' experiences, is that my system is evolving. But like before, I had just that one bullet journal style, a very plain notebook. I might show you my previous journals. It would be very, very interesting because I have some from middle school. But my style has changed a lot because my life is very, very different. My life from a few months ago and now, because I'm on vacation, because it's, the summer vacation in Europe, at least for students. This is like, my life is very, very different, like today and 3 months ago, and it was even more different from a year ago and from 2 years ago, etc., etc. And I do think it's great that your system is evolving. I do think it shows that you're thinking more and more about what would be more fitting to your life right now, because I do not believe in absolute planner peace. I do believe in it in like everyday practices, because I do feel like planner peace right now. Planner peace. I know it's not. I know it's only temporary, because maybe in a few weeks, maybe tomorrow, something crazy will happen to me, and I will definitely need one more notebook, and I will only need 2 of them, or one. I think it's great to see your limitations and the fact that you're gonna evolve, and the fact that not even just limitations, just your strength in trying to find more suiting notebooks and planners for yourself. And this is what I like about the term system. It's just, it can be a combination of different things. Like, it is a combination of different things, and in this case, planners and journals. And in my case, I realized through this hobonichi lineup reveal that I did not need a hon anymore. And the only thing that kept me in the hon was the cover, and just it's like a whole. But if I don't get the cover, the whole kind of is scattered, is shattered, just is destroyed, and I don't want it anymore. I'm gonna use it until the end of the year, don't worry. But for next year, I'm actually thinking of completely using this, like completely transferring everything I'm doing here in this. And I think this would be very, very helpful. Another lesson is something I'm currently experiencing, like with the Hobonichi Weeks, like because of the covers that are way too beautiful to not be used and not be bought by me. But yeah, it's about the this planner itch to buy one more notebook, even though you don't have any specific purpose for it yet. It might be okay, it might be useful in the future, as this one has become, and I know it's okay. Like, I want to be gentle with myself, and if I buy one more planner, it's okay, and I will use it later, maybe in a few months, or if in a few years even. But at the same time, I think for me, I'm talking for myself here, but perhaps it might be helpful to you. I do not want to get lost into but I could use this as that, or I could use this as that. I saw this person use it as like that, because I think this is what is happening to me with the Hobonichi Weeks, is that I see all of those beautiful spreads for memory keeping and little journaling styles, and I want to do the same. I'm inspired and I want to do the same, but if I do not need it, this is why I'm waiting also for like to order. But if I do not need it, I will not buy it. It's as simple as that. But I will take those next few weeks, maybe month, to figure that out. And I think that's okay to take your time. So for my Hobonichi lineup, because this is what we're talking about today, I am sure I'm gonna get an A5 grid notebook with this cover from Hiroko Kubota. That's for sure. I might not even use it as I planned, but this is so cute. Like, the cover that I showed you is so cute, and just the layout of this cover is so cute that I'm gonna use it, and because it's not dated, I feel like less guilty about buying a planner, even though I do not know exactly how I'm going to use it. Then I will also buy a hobonichi weeks for my media journal, and then like the jury's still out for another hobonichi weeks. Then there's also the question of alternatives. Maybe those, this one will not be available. Maybe I will change my mind because I also have in mind maybe a B6, maybe not an A5, maybe a sterling ink journal, maybe a Stalogy. I don't know, and I will figure it out later. So thank you very much for listening to my yapping about my planners and all of the thoughts that I have regarding the hobonichi reveal and just my planner lineup for next year. I think I've learned a lot of things, and I hope you can maybe take some things from it to help yourself see your lineup clearer, or just to think just more about what's working or what's not working with your system. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!